advisor to the president of Ukraine, Mr. Zelenskyy. Mr. Ustenko, we are getting extremely concerned with especially your president, Volodymyr Zelensky's latest video address, where he said that if the talks fail, and he said, I quote, this would mean that this is a third world war. This could mean, he said, that this is a third world war. Why is he using this phrase?
Because hello, and let me please say that obviously, the current circumstances in Ukraine, that many of our cities are already destroyed. We have number of reports of killed civilians, killed children, more than 100 people, kids were killed already. A number of women were raped by Russian soldiers. Why President Zelenskyy is saying that it's already a world war? He's basically referring to that the war is really on the territory of Ukraine. However, since we have a huge support, from all over the world, and now the world is very clearly divided between two camps. One camp is a light, camp who is a civilized camp, which is fighting for its land, for its people, and this is one part of the story and one front, and another front is those who are in the dark, who are trying to kill, who are real mothers, and who are really doing what is called a war crime. And actually, switching to President Biden, when he was talking about Putin, he was saying that Putin is a war criminal. So basically, this is a war between criminals and, normal civilized people. So from this point of view, we can call this war as a real, third world war.
No, but for there to be, first of all, I think we must not speak about a World War III, because World War III is saying that there is a conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and the whole world should now come to war. It's a way of saying that all countries around the world should divide themselves into two blocks, that all the armies of the world should be involved in it, and there should be a world war. Our own view, my own view would be, Mr. Ustenko, that it's good as if this ends as quickly as possible, and instead of trying to escalate this into a world war. Also, Mr. Ustenko, for World War III, there has to be a bloc. What is the Ukrainian bloc? Because militarily, officially, no others are getting involved. Have you spoken to your allies on the possibility? When Mr. Zelenskyy spoke about a World War III, is he getting a support for a world war kind of situation from any potential allies?
Look, I absolutely agree, and President Zelenskyy confirmed it many times in his messages that we really need to stop this war. And the president of Ukraine pointed out many times that he is prepared to sit on the table with president of Russia to have, to have a peaceful resolution of this war. Obviously, we want to stop this war as soon as possible. However, if you are asking in terms of different military blocks, yes, you are absolutely right. In terms of military blocks, there was an offer which was circulated during the President Zelenskyy speech in the US Congress last week, when he was proposing to create a special enforcement bloc which is going to support countries which are under, that kind of circumstances, including the war. So yes, if you are asking in terms of bloc, yes, definitely. Ukraine is not a member of any bloc. You are absolutely right. There is nothing like that now.
Yeah, but do you also feel, Mr. Ustenko, that the more we make these kind of comments, and then from the Russian side we keep hearing that Vladimir Putin is planning to carry out a nuclear evacuation drill after moving his family to a safe and secret underground city, and every second day there is a risk of nuclear escalation. So this is getting into a very critical and dangerous phase of this war, Mr. Ustenko.
Absolutely. And look, that's why actually this is another reason why this war has to be stopped. And we are counting on international support on this matter as well. And what I can tell you from my side as an economic advisor to President Zelenskyy, I can tell you that, look, we have basically two fronts now. One front is where we have our brave soldiers and our militants who are fighting with Russian fascists. On the other side, we have an economic front, and this economic front is also extremely important. What is really important now is to block all Russian revenue they're receiving from their export, and especially energy export. And when we are talking about, current situation in Russia, we believe that we have to cut them off from oil receipts. Why it's important? Because oil is about 40% of Russian budget, and whoever is buying this oil from Russia is supplying money to Russia, which are used by the Russian Federation to buy equipment, to buy weapons, to kill my people, to kill people in Ukraine. And that's why we are constantly insisting that has to be stopped. This has to be stopped. And that's why we have many concerns in terms of whoever is doing that kind of business of Russia. This is not just a supply of bloody money to Russian Federation, but it's also a financing of war criminals. So whoever is supplying that kind of money is making also a war crime. And this is important to know. And as you know, we are going to win this war. And since we are going to win this war, and since the whole civilized world is on our side, we are going to find everybody in the very, hidden corner of the world. We will find that person, we will find that company which is financing this war machine of the Russian Federation now. That's why I'm saying you that yes, it's possible to stop this war, and this war has to be stopped. And yes, there are many items on the table which are under discussion now, but it's also true that we are counting on the support of the whole civilized world, and also for the support of Indians who are also on our side. We do believe that with the support of such a huge, big, really players on the world map, such as India, we will be able to stop this war, to win this war. But you guys have to keep in mind that whatever, under no circumstances, you should not supply bloody money to Russia. Boycott all Russian products, boycott Russian oil, whatever is possible. Yes, I understand that there are certain economic consequences for you also, but think about our people who are hidden under the ground for already 4 weeks, almost 4 weeks. Our people are under the ground. And I must tell you that it's not India. It's a very, very cold weather now. And, people are sitting in these bomb shelters without water, without sun, in a very cold places. The temperature in there is around 3-4 degrees of Celsius. So trust me, we are the most, who want to finish this war.
Yes.
But we want
Mr.
also
Ustenko,
to pass this message to Russia.
Mr. Ustenko, I completely understand what you're saying, but I would also say, just respond to you most politely, that Zelenskyy should stop talking about World War III. NATO did not do much for you. The no-fly zone request fell on deaf ears. The US has not sent fighter jets. The bottom line is I still hold a view that while I completely stand with you, and as you know, India has given a lot of humanitarian aid, continues to want to work very hard to end this war, and our heart goes out to everyone suffering in Ukraine. We've seen it. We have reporters on the ground. We know you're not lying. We know your people are suffering, but we have to end this. We have to end this, Mr. Ustenko, before it goes into a second month. This has to be ended at some point, sooner than later. We've got to de-escalate very quickly. I understand your passion, and I look forward to speaking to you again. Oleg Ustenko, economic advisor to Zelenskyy, thank you very much for your impassioned early intervention on my debate this evening, and I'm opening up this evening with...